Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And it seems that Starmer's days truly are numbered. Despite a lot of people saying, oh, he'll be gone soon, this time it looks desperate for him. 3 different ministers, 3 times, they've now come out and said things off the record, admittedly, unattributable, because, they don't want to highlight themselves. But they've said things that indicate that all is not well in number 10. One minister who said, and rather despondently by all records, that he said the problem is they have to have a story to tell people and they don't actually have one. He says what you need to do is tell people that you're going to take them on a journey from here to here and how you're going to do it. He's saying, like, this is the journey, come with us. He says the trouble is no one has an idea of where they are. Nobody knows where they're going. Nobody's got any plans. Nobody's got any ideas. They are struggling and wandering mindlessly day to day. They literally say, this minister's saying, they don't know what they're doing. It's almost as though they've found themselves in power by surprise and they've got no plans on what to do. Everything is made up on the spur of the moment. He said, but there's nothing there. Although I tend to disagree. I think Starmer and his horde are actually taking us on a journey, but it's to hell and back. It's not a good place. And of course, the new year, and it was new year, new me. Remember, Starmer was having that reset and that new start. Look, we've got a bad 6 months. We'll get them out of the way. We'll start again. We'll go to 2025 with a brilliant idea. And it just fell flat. And the markets are responding appropriately. And of course, borrowing is high. The economy is failing. There's 200,000 jobs expected to go this month alone in retail. It's not. It's scandal after gaffe, after ineptitude, after corruption. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. Almost immediately, the murders of the 3 girls in Southport and him just standing there, not reacting at all to the public. The old Starmer Droid 4000 marching up Blaze Wreath because it's the thing to do, marches off. Didn't talk to anyone. And from that moment, he lost the people. He stabbed the pensioners in the back. He's coming after the disabled now. He screwed the waspy women. Everything. Not a single thing in the manifesto are they doing. They've lied continually and they continue to lie. And so this minister is saying he doesn't know how they're going to continue. That's grand. Another thing, another minister has mentioned what's called the grid. Now, this was something they were pushing before the election. And it was supposed to dictate how the government strategy was going to work. Say, well, we got the grid, and it's like we do this, this, and this, and this. And then this is how we get from here to here, this and down. And then we get the money from this, and then go to this plan there, and so on. And it's a bit like a Gantt chart, basically. But he said it's falling apart. Not one part of that Gantt chart, of that grid, has worked. Everything is crossed out in red. He said they've just destroyed it. They don't even publicise it anymore. Nobody wants to talk about it. They're vetoing every kind of inquiry into their actions. They're vetoing the inquiry into the child rape gangs. They're vetoing inquiries into themselves. And of course, the financial markets are still pounding the pressure. So the grid has failed. And this is this other minister saying that. Another minister has come out and has said, and the quote here is, before Christmas, no one could see how we could break out of the cycle of bad news. But people hoped that the holiday atmosphere would act as a political firebreak. And now they're saying, when is this run of bad headlines going to end? And he said, and the trouble is, it isn't. And every day there is more. He said, at the moment, Starmer doesn't seem to have the first clue. This is his own ministers. Starmer doesn't seem to have the first clue. Last Monday, he was supposed to be shifting the focus onto NHS reforms, but he allowed himself to be blown off course by Elon Musk and Kevin Badenoch's attack over his rejection of the child grooming, or they call it the child grooming inquiry. What we need is the mass rape of children inquiry. They haven't got a clue. 3 different ministers, each being critical of, their beloved leader. How long can he go on? He cannot sustain this. The pressure is on. And these are ministers. All the backbenchers already know they're in deep, deep trouble. Anyone with dodgy majorities, small majorities know they're finished, they're done. And for some, it's a case of they're just going to hang on in, get their 5 years and out, and they say they know that that's the end of their political career. They're not going to get in for another generation. They will never serve as an MP again. And they're saying, and this is all down to one man who cannot tell the truth. And the thing is, they're actually seeing it now themselves. People within the party. He says Starmer is lying to them. They're asking questions and they're being told one thing and then something else happens. It makes you wonder how long it will go and who will be the first to actually break. Now, we've had a couple come out and speak against, the beloved leader, because we've had Harriet Harman, but of course she's in the House of Lords, and we've had the Mayor of Manchester, Andy. He's come out. Mayor Andy's come out. He's had another go. Do you know what? My brain's gone. I can't think of his surname, but it will come. But he's had a go at him. What it needs is one senior minister. Andy Burnham. I knew it. One senior minister. And who will go? Who will be the one that will tip him? My bet is either going to be Wes Streeting or the Growler. One of those two will do it. And I think that the rest of the party will back whoever does it. Whoever stands up and says enough, I think the rest of the party will back. And they will tip man overboard. And Starmer will be gone. He cannot survive now. It's done. And of course, whoever tips out Starmer will get rid of Reeves like that. Reeves is loathed. The Growler cannot stand Reeves either because Reeves took her house, Dorneywood. They absolutely loathe each other. The only trouble is, who's going to take over? There's none of them have got the talent or the ability. They're all tainted. They're all toxic. But it is a countdown now. I think he's safe until May. And if we are allowed a vote, which is by no means assured, but if we are allowed a vote in May, that'll be the end of it. If they do ban all the votes in May, he'll be gone beforehand. This is how bad it is. The only reason they're going to keep him on is if there's votes in May. And then they can tip him off afterwards. Whoever comes in doesn't have that embarrassment. And that's where he needs to hope that there is votes in May. Because if they ban them all, there's no reason to keep him. And he's gone. Fingers crossed. The man is a failure. The man is a liar. The man is subhuman. He doesn't care. He just literally doesn't care. No compassion, no ethics. Let me know what you think. Till next time, goodbye.